Math minute number 36. Number 1 says write 7/4 as a mixed number. Well, to show this, I'm going to use these Sour Patch Kids. I have 7 of them. So that represents the numerator, which is the 7. So they're asking me how many groups of 4 can I make out of these 7 Sour Patch Kids? Well, let's take 4 over here. So that's one group of 4. Now I can't make another group of 4 because I only have 3 left over here. So I can make one group of 4. And then my numerator is going to be how many are left over after I made my one group of 4. Well, I had 3 left over here. So that's going to be my numerator. And then my denominator just stays the same. So that's going to stay a 4. So 7/4 written as a mixed number would be 1 3/4, which just means I can make one group of 4 and I'd have 3 left over and the denominator stays the same. Number 2 says reduce 4/20. So reduce just means simplify. So I need to find the greatest common factor of 4 and 20. Well, let's list out the factors of 4 and list out the factors of 20. The factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Remember, factors are numbers we use to multiply to get bigger numbers. The factors of 20 would be 1 and 20, 2 and 10, and 4 and 5. So now I look at my 2 lists and I look at the biggest or the largest number they have in common. And it's going to be 4. So that's what I'm going to divide by. So I have 4/20. I'm going to divide this by 4. I'm going to divide this by 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 20 divided by 4 is 5. So 4/20 in simplest form would be 1/5. Number 3 says, what is the reciprocal of 8/3? Reciprocal means to flip the fraction. So all I'm doing is just flipping the 3 and the 8. So the 3 is going to go on top and the 8 is going to go on the bottom. So 3/8 is the reciprocal of 8/3. Number 4, if a equals 28 and b equals 4, then what is a over b? And remember, this line here means divide. So this is just a division problem. 28 divided by 4. If I use the calculator, it would give me 7. So 28 divided by 4 is 7. Number 5, $10 is equal to how many pennies? Well, $1 equals 100 pennies. So $10 is going to equal 100 times 10, which is 1,000. So $10 would equal 1,000 pennies. Number 6 says, what is the perimeter of the triangle? Remember, perimeter means that you add up all the sides. So I'm just going to add 6 plus 10 plus 12, which would give me 28. So that's the distance around the triangle. what is the area of the triangles? Remember, area is this part in here. And the equation to find the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. So let's just plug in the numbers. 1/2 times the base is this bottom part here. This is the base. So that's 10. And then over here is the height, which is 6. And if I were to multiply that, 1/2 times 10 would be 5. And then 5 times 6 is 30. So the area of that triangle would be 30. Number 8 says use the information below to fill in the Venn diagram to the right. So it says that 8 students' favorite food is hamburgers, so that's just going to go in the hamburgers part. 10 students' favorite food is hot dogs, so that's going to go just in the hot dogs part. And then the part where they overlap in the middle, students like both hot dogs and hamburgers, they tell me that that's 4. So that's going to go in the middle. Number 9, these two lines are, well, you can tell that these lines are never going to intersect each other. So they're going to keep on going forever without touching each other. And when that is true, we say that those lines are parallel. So parallel lines are lines that are never going to touch each other. And remember, perpendicular lines would be two lines that would intersect like that and would form a 90-degree angle. Number 10 says find the next letter and number in the series. So the first thing I look at is the letters and what's happening each time. Well, what you find out when you go from A to D to G to J, they're skipping 2 letters in between. So when I went from A to D, they skipped B and C. When I went from D to G, they skipped E and F. When I went from G to J, they skipped H and I. So when I go from J, I'm going to skip K and L. And so the next letter after L would be M. And then when I look at the numbers, they're just going up by 2 every time. So I just add 2 to 10 to get 12. So the next sequence, letter number sequence would be M12. And that concludes Math Minute number 36.